Units were destroyed. Other damage like broken bus windows, also some damage to fencing and damage to an athletic field. Well, as many of you know, it's nearly impossible to buy a home, even in Joplin, which has some of the lowest metro rates in the country. Joplin Chamber of Commerce President Travis Stevens gave the council an update this week.
The average home is $207,000 in the Joplin metro. That is up 46% in the last 4 or 5 years, really, since COVID.
But he says the good news, you still get good bang for your buck in Joplin. When you see news, call or text our tip line at 417-208-9TIP. For News Talk KZRG, I'm Ty Albright on KIX 102.5.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, Clayton. And if you'd like your kids to be on the KIX Kids Pledge, just go to the Morning KIX page on the KIX website and click on the button there to find out how to upload your audio. We are getting you signed up to win tickets to go see Dan and Shay at the Walmart, Arkansas Music Pavilion on August 29th, but you've only got about another 10 or 15 minutes to get signed up by texting the word tickets to 623-1025. We'll find out who the winner is at 7:20. Here's Lainey Wilson on the 4 states #1 for country, KIX 102.5. Morning, kids. How's everybody doing? Jen is not here because we fired her. Had enough of her crap. Okay, it needs to move more this way a little bit. Down. Very, very close. Okay, so more that way and down. I moved it wrong the first time. I think that's yeah, there we go. Let me go where I can see what you guys are saying. The malicious lies you're spreading already. No, that's not it. Why is that making noise? Morning, 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 morning. Where's she at? She's fired, Megan. That's what I was telling you. Canned her butt. You know what? She sassed one time too many. Because that's her. I said, listen, I will not tolerate the insolence that you have demonstrated. Oh, it's true, Melissa. But y'all are going, sure. No, one of her kids is sick. So she texted something about him running a fever or something like that. I'm like, well, I see where your priorities are. And she's like, yes. So, wait a minute. Is Dorinda here yet? I got to wait until Dorinda gets here because I got something in the mail yesterday. You guys buying us stuff and spending money on that, you got to stop that. Makes me feel guilty because I feel like I'm cheating anyway with my job. And I am, in a sense. Morning, Major Woody. Favorite co-host, ain't it? Ain't it? Well, yeah, I mean, I think I'm improving, but what if we could do better? I'm kidding. I'm just teasing. I mean, I have shown a trend in improvement. Yeah, I know it kind of sucks for Beans to get sick on second day of school. I think so too. I mean, you guys watched her. I mean, she has pretty much single-handedly. What did I do? How did I get that so off? Single-handedly, taken social media and moved it into the levels that we're at right now. She has done all of that. I've, said, do this, Jim, but she has jumped right on and done. And you never, ever, ever have to come behind her work and check it. Well, except for having her cross-promote across multiple platforms. That's the only thing. You have to check that occasionally. Not since we got the checklist built. Hold on. So is Dorinda here? Morning, Dorinda. Okay. Then I got to tell the story. Yesterday, I get home, and my wife said, hey, would you check the mail? I forgot to do it yesterday. So I went down to the mailbox, and there was a package in the mailbox. And I open up said package. I take it in, and wait, before I open it up, I check the label, and this is what it says. You read that? I mean, I know it's very blurry because of that camera. It says, Mr. Britches. And I'm like, what? So, well, it says Mr. Britches, Melissa. It's not that you can't read because of the blurriness, though. It's your letters, right? So, anyway, I'm like, what? And I'm instantly suspicious, and I think about calling, the CIA or the FBI or some of my buddies back there and having them examine it for anthrax or something. But no, I open it up and check, and this was inside. Oh, wait. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 709. Jen's not here today. She's taking care of a sick kid, but hopefully he'll be back with us tomorrow. But we are getting you signed up right now to win tickets to see Dan and Shay in concert August 29th. It's going to be an awesome show. Jay Gowen and Dylan Marlowe is going to be there with them. So it's almost like 4 artists for the price of 2. And all you have to do to get signed up to win those tickets is text the word tickets to 623-1025, and we're going to find out who the winner is in the next 10 minutes. Here's Billy Currington on the 4 states, number 1 for country, KIX 102.5. Well, anyway, I open it up, and look what's inside. Remember when I was talking about that a few weeks ago or whatever? Yeah, so somebody went and bought that for me and had it sent to me. The thing is, I know because I checked out each one of these companies that were making and selling these, and a lot of them look very, very questionable. And I couldn't even get a clear answer as to whether it was actually painted when it came or not, or whether it was just going to be a plaster thing that you had to paint yourself. This one was painted and done very, very well. And look how it looks. See how awesome it looks in my books? So then I called my wife because I thought, my wife did this, but why would she put that on the address label? Because it's her nickname. And I call her and she goes, I did not send you that. She goes, there's no way I could have done that without you knowing about it. She goes, you have access to all the bank records. She goes, I promise I did not send that. So I'm like, finally, I begin to believe her. And I start trying to figure out, well, who? And I'm like, wait a minute. There are only two people who refer to me as Mr. Britches, my wife and Dorinda. So I messaged Dorinda and I'm like, did you do this? She goes, I don't know what you're talking about. So, I smelled a stink right there. And then I finally got her to admit, I told her, I was like, there's only two people who call me that. My wife didn't do it, so it had to be you. And she's like, enjoy the gift. And I'm like, you guys, it's not my birthday yet. And then when I do finally have a birthday, you guys are going to be like, shut up. I'm just blown away by that. I was blown away. Every time you guys do something like that, it just blows me down. Yes, and I've always had to use a couple of other books. One of them, my journalism textbook from college, and some other book that I stuck up on the top to help hold the books in because I don't have all of the Stephen King books that I am supposed to that would fill up the shelves. But that allowed me to get rid of those. So now it's all Stephen King books up there. And it's very OCD fulfilling because, there's not one of these things. It's not like the other going on in my head. Shut up, Melissa. Yeah, I know, Woody. And I already feel guilty, like I said, like I'm stealing from you guys or like some sort of community service thing. And you must hang out with Randy Brooks for 4 hours each. That's not right, Melissa. So that was very, 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 very nice. One of the nicest things I think that anybody's ever done for me. I mean, so blow me away, Dorinda. We choose this life. Yeah, what did your mom say about choices you make? You have to live with the consequences. Oh, we got to call a winner. I'm not going to forget. I almost did. Let's go see who our winner is. Why is it just showing one text? All right, let's call. Ready? Before I run out of time. Everything's on. Stop. Hey, what's going on, Cambry? You know who this is? Yes, it's Jen Fox. I was calling to see if I could borrow some of your makeup. No, Cambry, of course you know better. You know it's Randy Brooks and that he does not need makeup. But no, actually, it's that no makeup in the world would be able to help him. No, I'm calling to tell you you've won tickets to go see Dan and Shay. Congratulations. And we've got you tickets to go see him on August 29th at the Walmart, Arkansas Music Pavilion with Jake Owen and Dylan Marlowe. It's going to be an awesome show. And just tell us, who's the Four States Concert Connection? Say it one more time. There you go. Cut out there on you a little bit. All right, I'm going to put you on hold here because I got to get this ready to go, and I'm flying solo today. So Give me just a second to go through and edit this, okay? I'll come back and get your information. Nothing's working. I didn't get my ding ding going. That sounds weird. That's weird, isn't it? KIX 102.5, the four states, number one for country morning kicks. Going to find out who wins those Dan and Shay tickets right after Old Dominion on KIX 102.5. This over. Come on. What the heck? I hit it like 4 times trying to get the mouse to work. Sorry, guys. As soon as I get this stuff done and out of the way, I'll be able to. There's the ding ding. And there it is again. It actually worked. Let's undo that. I think what I'll do is go. I cannot. That didn't work. It cuts her off. Okay. Almost done. And then we've got to get that poor girl's info while she sits there on hold for so stinking long. Let's compress her vocal. Ta-da! 14 seconds to go. She's just going to have to sit there. KIX 102.5, the four states, number one for country morning kicks with Randy and Jen 720. It is going to be clear today and a little cooler with highs into the low to mid 80s. Same thing tomorrow. But then warmer temperatures are supposedly coming back over the weekend, and we'll tell you all about that with a look at the forecast in 5 minutes. So we've been getting you signed up, as we have all week long, part of the summer ticket shootout, for Dan and Shay tickets for their show coming to the Walmart, Arkansas Music Pavilion on August 29th. And it's been my responsibility today, all by myself, since Jen's not here, to pick the winner and get a hold of them and let them know that they have won. So I have chosen a name at random, and it is now time to call. Call. Oh, I got to use the phone, don't I? Okay, fine. Answer.
This is Cambry.
Hey, what's going on, Cambry?
Oh, just On my way to work.
You know who this is?
Yes, KIX 102.5.
Yes, it's Jen Fox. I was calling to see if I could borrow some of your makeup.
Oh, well, I guess
Well,
so.
Cambry, of course, you know better. You know it's Randy Brooks and that he does not need makeup. Actually, it's that no makeup in the world would be able to help him. No, I'm calling to tell you, you've won tickets to go see Dan and Shay.
Yeah!
We've got you tickets to go see him on August 29th at the Walmart Arkansas Music Pavilion with Jake Owen and Dylan Marlowe.
I am so excited. I can't wait.
It's going to be an awesome show. And just tell us, who's the Four States concert connection?
KIX 102.5.
Okay, Cambry. Sorry that took so long. And let's get your information here. Spelled Kambrey, right? What's your last name again? Okay, I need I got your phone number. What's your date of birth? And what's your mailing address? At 64873. I do a different number every time. One of these days I'm going to get it. What's your email address? Did you say the zip code was 64850? Populated. Okay. I'll do it all the rest myself, you stupid machine. All you have to do is actually, you don't have to do anything. These tickets are going to be emailed to you. And so be watching for an email from national@zrimarketing.com. Could be in your spam folder because we're going to be sending them to a lot of people. It should be going out Friday late or maybe on Monday. Thank you for getting signed up. You too. Didn't get her phone number, but supposedly I have it right here. It would not fill out the city and the state for me like it normally does. Okay, there we go. Today is Wednesday, so Wednesday's going to take up these. This will be Thursday, 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 and Friday, Friday, Friday. Yep, we're right on track. Next week, guys, remember, next week is the Country Music Fest happening at Silver Dollar City. We'll be giving away the tickets for that. I did find out that the tickets we are giving away are day passes to the park and to the show or to the Echo Theater, just like anytime you go to Silver Dollar City. And you don't have to use them for the Country Music Fest. You can use them anytime you want between now and December, I think it's 29th is the final day of the year. You can use it any one of those days. So it's a single day park pass. There's two of them that you will win. What, 44444? What is 44, Woody? Okay, yeah, pains in the butt, maybe, but come on. Seriously, I have a captive audience that has to listen to me, and I don't have to listen to you. It doesn't seem quite fair, let's be honest. I mean, if somebody was examining this, they'd be like, this is a little off balanced here, isn't it? If you called it, you should have it. Called what? Oh, the number sticking 4. That's what they mean. Yeah. Stupid thing. I mean, let's be honest. The Telos that we have there, it's probably 25 years old. It is ancient. Well, Dorinda, you should be eligible for those by that time. I'm really behind on my coffee intake this morning because I've been so busy. So today we're talking about bathroom should be rules, which we brought about this topic for the first time last year. We're going to be doing some of those calls, but I'd love to have some new ones if you can think of them. In it? What do you mean? Just like me. In it? In it? Waiting on Jelly Roll tickets. Man, Jimmy, I feel bad for you. Actually, I don't, because Jimmy's been winning from our competition here lately, which makes me really question her loyalties. Jimmy. That means have to listen to our competition, which I'm wounded, Jimmy, is what it is. I am hurt, I'm injured, I'm wounded, I am stabbed in the prostate gland or heart or some other vital area. She has won one time this year from our competition. Melissa wants to go see this Christmas celebration. Well, I say, I don't know. You guys have just been so nice. Maybe we create a grand conspiracy where we hook all the KIX family up with Silver Dollar City Country Fest tickets. In it? Never won nothing. That means it's a double negative in it. You just said I've won everything. Morning, Corey. Well, you know, I am in control of the team. Like a little man on his throne. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. That's going to be happening starting next week. And we were going to do a podcast today, but with Jim being gone, we can't. So I think I'm going to work on setting that up. I was Wally, hoping for Jelly Roll 2. The thing about the Jelly Roll tickets, can we rename Jimmy? I got to think of the right name to describe someone who. No, I've got to be really careful with that. But they are cheaper now to get in Silver Dollars to get in Silver Dollar City. Tickets are cheaper to get in Silver Dollar City. No, describing Jimmy, the thing about, and for Sarah, the tickets to Jelly Roll, we aren't even 100% sure that we're going to get them. That's the thing. You know, it's going to be happening in October at GSB Arena, and we have had numerous conversations with Live Nation. They reached out to us and said, hey, we would like to see your proposal for a ticket promotion. That's what all of the promoters do. They contact us, say, we're going to have this person in concert long before they announce it to the public, and they say, we would like you to send us a proposal for an on-air giveaway promotion. So we have all of this drawn up and ready to go already. We do so many of them. And Jill, blessed Jill, is the one who handles all this. So she puts together this proposal, sends it off to them, and we don't hear anything back. And I'm like, they can always counter. You know, that's the thing. Sometimes we always ask for a lot. And that's how we've started getting so many for these shows. But they can always come back and say, that's too many, we'll do this many instead. And then we can say, that's too few, do this many. You know, and sometimes we do go back and forth 2 or 3 times. But we hadn't heard anything from GSB Arena. So I asked Jill to contact them, to reach out and contact them. She did, and they said, yes, we have decided to wait on all promotions until closer to the event. We want to see how the sales are going to go first. and then we will schedule all of our promotions during the month of October. Now, they did not say, yes, we will schedule with you, or no, we won't. So it's still very up in the air, but we know it's going to be much later before they do anything giveaway-wise. Old lady. That's what we'll call Jimmy. Hey, old lady. Live Nation is awful. They are. And they are so unorganized. I mean, getting a response from them, getting a commitment from them is very difficult. I'll tell you who's been great this year is the AMP. The AMP has been just hands down amazing. And I know not everybody's happy about their process for checking in and going into the show and everything. And I'm sure all of these have hurdles that they could do better or overcome. We're all human. But I will tell you this, dealing with them as a business partner, they're awesome. And they have been lifesavers. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, minus the Jen today. Here's Chris Jansen, some good vibes on KIX. So, yeah, they've been just great to deal with. We've done giveaways, and then they'll reach back out and say, hey, would you like to do another? And unfortunately, I believe that's because they happen to overbook this year probably. But it's been awesome for you guys, awesome for us. We've been able to do some really, really neat promotions this year. Yeah, they have been. You should go, Randy, take pictures and share them, Cat, on here. What? I should go take pictures of Jelly Roll and share them with Cat on here. I don't know. Jimmy's doing an awful lot of sharing these days. I don't know. Maybe there's a little too much sharing. In it? In it, Jimmy? Jimmy Jammy, old lady. Oh, boy. Morning, Coach Terry. Oh, we got another hacker. I kept moving your camera. Drive careful, Gary. He's gone. What did Popcorn Brand do? Bye, Sarara. Where's Sarah Hoo-Ha? Sarara-ha? Sarah Hoo-Ha and Sarara-ha? Bye, old Sarah. What is October 16th, Christy? I forgot to ask. I do too. I think old Sarah is just, it's got a comfortable feel to it, doesn't it? Like an old pair of shoes. Hey, we could call her old pair of shoes. Jelly Roll. Okay, that's when that is. Yeah. All right, I got information about Burning Man, like anybody cares. Woody might. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 7:35. Got more chances for you to get signed up to win more tickets to Dan and Shay happening August 29th at the Walmart, Arkansas Music Pavilion with Jake Owen and Dylan Marlowe. It's going to be an awesome show, and we're giving you the chance to win tickets all week long. Jen's out today because of general meanness. No, it's because she's taking care of a sick kid, but she'll hopefully be back with us tomorrow. But in the next hour, we're going to be talking about what do you wish was a rule for when you were in a public restroom or in a bathroom. Any bathroom as far as that goes. The bathroom at home. You wish this was a rule, at least for the rest of your family members, your friends, or the strangers that might happen to wander into a public restroom. What do you wish was a rule when you were in the bathroom? You can tell us at 623-1025, or you can text us there as well. So there's some news about Burning Man, the Burning Man Festival, which is going to be happening in the next month or so. Apparently, ticket sales are running really low for the festival. Every year since it started, they have sold out almost immediately. Always before the end of July. They've always sold out of all their tickets. But now, less than 2 weeks before the festival's going to kick off, they're saying ticket sales are abysmal, that they're not even half of what they were last year. And while performers, they never announced the performers in advance for the Burning Man Festival, which might be a big part of why people aren't wanting to go. I don't know. There's rumored performers are Kaz James, What's So Not, and Diplo. What about Dip High? Critics are thinking also that people are remembering the unbearably hot temperatures of 2022, the heavy rains from last year that turned the desert into mud, leaving people trapped out there for days. For whatever the reason, though, apparently it's not been promoted properly. Maybe they need a better themed song. Maybe that's what it is. Who can take some mushrooms? Reaper in a pie. Take off all their clothing and then ride around on bikes at Burning Man. Oh, the Burning Man clan. The Burning Man clan's gonna fry away their brains with all the drugs they took. At Burning Man, they wake up every day, giving strangers hugs and kisses. Hippie freaks and stoned musicians, losing all their inhibitions. Yeah, who can take some Molly? Roll on ecstasy. Growing dirty dreadlocks, stinking like patchouli at Burning Man. The Burning Man clan. The Burning Man clan's gonna fry away their brains with all the drugs they took.
Kids Morning Kicks with Randy and Jen, powered by Buffalo Run Casino and Resort on the 4 states #1 for country.
All right, I love that song. One of my favorites. Old school fan? What? Okay, here comes the end of this. We're just doing song parodies today. That's the second one. I've got another one, a new one Jen and I did. So, okay, we recorded 2 yesterday, and both of them were painful. And they're both about back to school. One of them was to old time rock and roll, and it was really, really bad. And that was the one that was scheduled for today. And then she goes and takes off. So I decided I would play the other one that I liked better. And we did some interesting production techniques. So we did, which I'm gonna play it here in a little bit, but there's some things I want you guys to listen for. We did it to Ding Dong, the witch is back. Only it's Ding Dong, the kids are back, So I wanted it to sound like Munchkins or little kids were singing along with us. So what I did was, follow along with this. I took the music bed, the music that we were singing along with, and I pitched it down 4 keys, okay? So from, let's say, C, I pitched it down to the key of F. Wait a minute, G. Yeah, F. G. So anyway, I pitched it down, and then we sang along with that in the lower key. And then I took our vocal and pitched it up 4 keys to the key of F. And then took the original key and brought it back up. No, it would have been back to the key of C. What is wrong with me? Apparently, I've had too much Burning Man mushrooms. I took the original music and pitched it back up to its normal key and took our vocals and raised them up, would have been to the key of C. And then put those with that, in addition to our regular vocals, so that it sounds like there's a big old group singing along and everything. But that's how I did that. And we'll see what you think of it here in a little while. Morning, Lucy. It's a great day, isn't it? Say, hey, Ma, in it? Morning, General Mischief. You belong here. I have Slim Jims today. They're the mini Slim Jims, the little ones. This is pretty much what I live on now. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. I've had a bunch of them. That's breakfast. Can you use your IA voices? Oh, you mean your AI voices when we're producing it? We've run into a problem with Suno, which is the AI voice, the AI songs. Suno is currently being sued by most of the major record labels right now for illegal usage of proprietary property. So apparently they built a lot of their vocal models and a lot of their AI styles off of copyrighted material and copyrighted artists without their permission. So they're going through a big legal battle right now, trying to figure out if they have the rights to that or if they can do that. Of course, the answer is going to be no. So we decided to step away from that while it was being done. It's still, now, Suno is still up and active, still being used. You can still go on there. It's just us as a commercial entity. We didn't feel comfortable doing that. So we took a step back from it. You can still find our songs on Suno if you want to go look. Morning, Jen. Morning, Christy. Thank you for the gift, Christy. So, I was trying to think of a different movie. I was very, very tempted to give Jen a different movie for this weekend. Okay, so, and we'll just talk among ourselves here while she's gone. I was looking at the movie American Graffiti because she's never seen that, and that is an American classic. It was Harrison Ford's first movie. Ron Howard's in it. Steven Spielberg. No, it's not Steven Spielberg. Doofus Head, Star Wars guy. George Lucas. It was one of his early movies. So I thought about assigning her that. But to be honest, it's not that great of a movie, I don't think. At least it won't be for her. At the same time, I really want to give her something really scary to get even with how happy she was with Dead Poets Society. But I've got Poltergeist scheduled for next weekend. She's never seen that. Of course not. She's never seen anything. So I don't know. Or I still want her to see Finding Mr. Goodbar, which is a really disturbing movie. Whatever Happened to Baby Jane is a good movie. Jen says it's not a good movie. I don't know. I've been friends with a lot of people who have loved American Graffiti. And I have watched it a couple of times, so I don't know why. It personifies the late 60s era, I think. 1966, 67, around that time. Major, she's an idiot. Pretty much. I mean, no. So here's the thing, Major, and for anybody else who's ever wondered about Jen's reasons for not seeing movies. Her family, we realized, to talk with her father, and they took her to movies. But she didn't know that you had to open your eyes to be able to see them and take your fingers out of yours. So for years, she'd be there, and not seeing or hearing anything. So she hasn't experienced movies is a better way of putting it, but that raises all sorts of other questions. So we always just say she's never seen any movies. Morning, Melly Belly. The older version of War of the Worlds. That's not really a good movie. I mean, it is iconic in it. but it's not a good movie. Jimmy, have you ever seen Burnt Offerings with Betty Davis? Which story? War of the Worlds? Or the one I just told? Yeah, that's a good one. I don't know about, Betty Davis is kind of stupid in it. By that time, she was like, whatever. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Kids are back in school. Need to be watching out for them on your way to work today. And we've got a special reminder after Tim McGraw for that on KIX 102.5. Betty Davis is kind of like Anthony Hopkins is right now. Anthony Hopkins, one of our greatest actors ever, is now appearing in stupid NBC Peacock shows like this Roman one that they've got on. It's horrible. Don't watch it. It is kind of historically accurate. They have stuck to the accuracy of the time period, which is around 70 AD. So it's the story of Vespasian, the Emperor Vespasian, and his son Titus and Domitian, and that whole time where they're building the Colosseum in Rome. The Birds, yes, The Birds is a Hitchcock movie, and it is on our list. She's already seen a Hitchcock movie this year. We showed her one in May. I'm eating Slim Jims, Nikki. Mommy Dearest is a really good movie. I really, really like that one. And it's on the list. It's so weird having you talk to us. Is it unsettling, Major? What do you mean it's so weird? It is too? I have a whole bunch of them, Nikki. It's breakfast. Is it surreal, Major? There's Sarah. See, when you capitalize the O, I want to say Sarah-uha. It's Sarah-hoo-ha. Sarah back. I'm bringing Sarah back. Yeah. No, don't, Nikki. Do not do that. You can't do that. Order your children food. Order your boy food. So, for those of you that just got here, I was telling about you guys spending money on me is ridiculous and shouldn't happen. I feel guilty. So, Dorinda bought, and I was showing, sent me that yesterday. It's the clown face. It's this right here. It goes in between the book. Looks like he's crawling out of the books. It's so cool. But you guys got to stop doing this. If you want to give something, seriously, the way you guys do the coins and stuff for the TikTok here, that's stuff that we get to use on the show, which is awesome. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 749. It's going to be sunny today and cooler. Highs are only going to be into the mid-80s. Lows tonight down around 60. And warmer temperatures are going to be returning over the weekend, which we'll tell you more about with a look at 4 states news and weather in about 11 minutes. In the next hour, though, we're going to be talking about what do you wish was a rule for when you were in the bathroom, any bathroom, public restroom, restroom at home, whichever. You wish this was a rule. Me, it's that there would be no eye contact and no conversation, at least for men in the men's restroom. I know that's not a thing for women, but fine. When I'm in the bathroom, I do not want to even acknowledge anyone else. I have enough trouble using public restrooms. If I had my ruthers to take a bathroom break, I would go home to do that and then come back to work. But we can't have everything we want. So there you are. What do you wish was a rule for when you were in the bathroom? Kids, they have to teach some rules. I remember they used to have a big, long urinal at the elementary school where I went to, and it was always a goal. So you came in, turned around the corner, and there was the end of the urinal, and it went all the way along that wall to the other wall. And it was always a grand objective when I was in kindergarten and first grade to see if we could pee far enough to hit the wall until they taught us that that is not acceptable. So that was a rule. You do not pee across the urinal onto the wall. Understandable, right? But what do you wish was a rule for when you were in the bathroom? And speaking of back to school, aren't you glad that the kids are back in school? Ding dong, the kids are back with brown lunch bags and big backpacks. Ding dong, yes, all those kids are back. Parents, they drive berserk when they complain about homework. Ding dong, yes, all those kids are back. You know, one moment. Slow, stay right there. Don't wanna go with those big yellow buses roll. They'll tell your moms and dads, I hate my class, the teacher's back. Tough luck, the kids are finally back.
It's Morning Kicks with Randy and Jen on the four states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Sorry about your wait. What do you wish was a rule for when you were in the bathroom? Do people do that? I guess they do in front of the mirror all the time, right? Yeah, that should not be a thing. I mean, how many selfie mishaps have happened because they forgot to fasten this or put that back or put that away or maybe someone else was in there? Very unfortunate. It's almost like you can smell them. Thanks, Christine. Bye. Hi there, Morning Kicks. What do you wish was a rule for when you were in the bathroom? Oh, my gosh, yes. Right? That. And the doors, it's like a separate bathroom. It's not a stall. Let's be honest. At Buc-ee's, every bathroom is a separate bathroom. It has a lockable door. You can't see over, see under. In a perfect world, they would be. Thanks for calling. The only thing is about Buc-ee's is to get to those bathrooms, you have to make it through the insane crowd of people that are in the rest of the store. So you have to suffer through that psychological damage before you can even get to the bathroom to go. It's not really worth it. So is it the one that's in Nevada that has bidets? They actually have butt washers in there. Love that. They don't at the one in Springfield, I know. Okay, let's see how that. Yes! Needed a different yes. That one was the one. That makes the call, right? Yes! Instead of, oh my gosh, yes. That needs so stupid how my brain works or doesn't work. But yes. But yes. Giving free advertisement to Buc-ee's. Of course, there's no Buc-ee's in Joplin, so it's not really advertisement. I mean, it is if you're traveling, but That's one more. Okay, I'm back here. Catch up. My rule would be there would always be, oh my gosh, it's scrolling. My rule would be there would always be toilet paper on the toilet paper holder. Take it there is a P.O. box to send stuff. I can probably find on the website. No, it's not a P.O. box. Woody, you don't have to send us stuff. We had another listener, what's his name, from California, used to always send us stuff every year. I mean, probably cost a fortune, well over 150, 200 bucks to be able to ship the Christmas stuff he used to always do. Remember that? It's crazy and not necessary. You have better things to spend your money on, guys. Really. What they would do is just send it to the studios here, which the address for that is on the website, but it's really easy. It's 2702 East 32nd Street, Joplin, Missouri, 64804. What? Oh, Landon's wanting to know, how do we try to win the Dan and Shay tickets? Sorry, Landon, I'm just now seeing your message over there. By the way, I'll let you know, most of the people are over on TikTok. You're fine on Facebook, though. What you have to do, Landon, you ready? You text the word tickets to 623-1025 when we tell you to, okay? Not right now. Won't do you any good to do it right now. But I will tell you when the next one's going to happen. So we do these throughout the day where I'll say, okay, right now, text the word tickets for the next 30 minutes or the next hour, and we're going to get you signed up. And then out of all those, we pick our winner. MJ has the next one. It will be happening about 10:30, 10:20. 10:30. That's when he's going to be doing the next set of tickets. Then Brett James will have another set this afternoon sometime. I'm not sure when he's going to do his. Oh, Nikki, that was you. I thought it was. Yes, I love Buc-ee's. I wish we did have, but if they had one in Joplin, let's be serious, no other convenience stores would all go out of business. Yeah, I know, Woody. It's crazy. That is too much, guys. The amount Nikki spends on food, it's too much. We are not worth that. I feel it's not justified. It's not right because it's not, somebody's getting cheated here, and it's not us. I haven't been able to eat at Buc-ee's because I can't handle the crowds. I'm not agoraphobic. I'm really not, but I'm just anti-crowd. I don't freak out. I don't have a panic attack or anything like that. I'm just very self-conscious, very uncomfortable, and I do not like being there. And I realize right down the road is a convenience store that maybe has 2 people in it. I get waited on quicker. I get my stuff. I get out of there. Probably cheaper. I just have to put up with their, yes, that happened down in Georgia or Mississippi last weekend. Keith Urban did a concert at a Buc-ee's. Now, there were 5,000 people at his concert. That's too many. Well, Megan, if you stop by the Buc-ee's in Springfield and they're going to the ball game, you're going to see the Cardinals, I know. You're going to be coming in on the north side of town, turning and heading downtown to get to that. To get to Buc-ee's, you'll have to go back out and go east like you're going to Lebanon, out of Springfield. Then just outside of Springfield on the north is where it is. Alabama, that's where it was. Beaver Road. Yeah, that's what they call the road that all of them are on. The one in Nevada is actually easier to get to. Yeah, it's over on the northeast side of Springfield, yes. I-44, but just outside of Springfield. I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah, it is. So we went when we were coming back from the NBA awards from Lake of the Ozarks, and it was a Sunday at about 11:30, 11:15, 11:30-ish, which Probably not the best choice of time, but there was a line of cars coming out of the Buc-ee's parking lot all the way to the over ramp to down to the exit. And I needed gas. So I was like, well, I'm going to stop somewhere. So I went ahead and stopped and did it. And it was probably 12, 13 minutes before we could get into the store, which that's too long for a convenience store. And I was not really that impressed with their selection of stuff. The food smelled good. The what do they call honey roasted pecans and nuts that they had? Those looked really, really good. But I didn't get any of them because there was no way I was going to stand in one of those lines with all those people. Everyone was just had left their brains out in their car. They're all bumping into one another, shoving past one another. It's like they almost run into you like they don't even see you. People are just shutting off their common sense. I cannot stand people like that. So I went in, used the restroom because I had to check that out. And then I went back to the car and I'm like, nope, I'm ready to go when you are. Going to be sunny today with highs into the mid 80s, lows around the 60-degree range tonight. Same thing for tomorrow and tomorrow night. But then warmer over the weekend. By Saturday, we're supposed to be up to around 96 for the afternoon high and lows near 74. KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar is not showing anything over the 4 states. It's 64 in Pittsburgh, 64 in Webb City, and 64 in Joplin. To sign up for severe weather alerts, download the Zimmer Storm Center app. Okay, we're wanting to know, what is your should-be rule for when you're in the bathroom? What do you wish was a rule for any time you were in any bathroom anywhere, whether it's the one at your house or a public restroom? You wish this was a rule. Me, it's no communication, no acknowledgement of one another at all. I don't even want to know that you are here or that you know that I am here. 623-1025 to text or tell us yours, or you can tell us on Facebook. Here's Morgan Wallen on KIX 102.5. Okay, let's gotta get this. We're in the bathroom or are in the bathroom? Are. I need a picture of a toilet. I know there is toilet paper, and let's go back and do the surprised face. There it is. Hi there, Morning Kicks. What do you wish was a rule for when you were in the bathroom? Oh, I hate that, especially when you're not aware that they're talking on their cell phone, and you think they're talking to you, and they go, "Hey, what's going on?" You're like, "Not much." And this whole thing goes on until they say, "Hey, can you hold on a second? The guy in the stall next to me won't shut up." Thanks for calling. That was well done. Much like you're cooking, Linda. Let's move the yes to right here. No, it's too quick. These things matter. Okay. Landon, yes, I'm sorry. I'm just now getting to where I can answer Landon. He's been asking about the Dan and Shay ticket giveaway. Yes, we always call our winner and let them know that they've won, and they'll be getting some extra information from you, Landon, because we email the tickets to you. They're digital tickets, and they'll be sent out on Friday after the contest is all over or early on Monday when we get back in for the week. We've been doing these all summer long. Oh, she's been tapping when the headphones are on. You guys don't wear out your screens. Morning, Julie or Allie. Sorry, Allie. The YouTube icon makes it look like a J. Welcome, guys. In it? In it? Not my screen, just my fingers. Yeah, break your fingers. Morning, Taylors. How do people do the different fonts on their name? I don't know how that happens. There's some way they paste that in or something? We hit 10K. Woohoo! Way to go, guys. Thank you. Jen's going to be so jealous. So they took a picture of me playing Sunday. I don't often get pictures when I do. I mean, professionally done. But the professional photographer was there while we were playing on Sunday. There it is. My freaky weird guitar and me playing. I was E2 doing rhythm, so it was a very stress-free day. That's it. I have to be just E1, I mean, for the rest of the year, pretty much. I thought so, too. It was halfway decent until it is a decent picture until you look closely at it. So I'll show you what I don't know why this is a thing either. But you see right there, it looks okay, looks decent. Hold on, I've got a break coming up, but as soon as I get done, I'm going to zoom in and show you why it's weird. Hey, Landon's on TikTok now. Hey, Landon. Did you hear what I said about them calling and all that? I believe that's Landon Baker. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning Kicks with Randy and Jen, minus the Jen, so it's like half off. Oh, believe me, it's a lot more than half off. It's way off. But we'll give you a look at the weather forecast, tell you what it's going to be like for the rest of the week, and what the temperatures will be like over the weekend. It's supposed to be a lot warmer. We'll tell you all of that in 15 minutes, and we're talking about what do you think should be a rule when you're in the bathroom, whether it's a public restroom or your home restroom, maybe for your kids or your spouse or the stranger that comes in and goes, hey, you got any toilet paper? 623-1025 to text us or tell us what you think it ought to be, or you can tell us on Facebook. Here's Kenny Chesney on the 4 states #1 for country, KIX 102.5. So, okay, let me do this first. Here's the picture. Looks fine, right? It's like, hey, it's a really good picture. Until you look at my face. Like I'm looking over going, what? 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 Yeah, it's a little weird. It's like they caught me right. Yeah, put the Megan. That's exactly the way I look, Melissa. I'm going, huh? So when you look at it at first, again, just good picture. It looks totally normal. There's Randy. Hey, he's having a good time playing guitar. And then you get up here. Like the most confused. Well, it does. It does, Woody, from a distance. But up close, I'm like, you really want me to hit that chord? And chances are, that's probably what was going on at the time. I was going, what? What are we doing? Morning, Clean Time Products. It's plugged in it? In it? I watched the 50th episode last night. So they had the guys doing this task. I forget what the task was, but they said you will have 5 minutes to perform this task, and it begins as soon as Alex, who is the host, one of the hosts of the show, as soon as he touches you on the shoulder. So they're all take off and run, and they had chased this one guy for like 15 minutes all over the grounds trying to touch him so that the task could begin because he thought he was buying a little extra time. This was the 50th episode that I watched. What'd you think of it, Woody? He watched the first. What did you think of it? I'll tell you this, when I first watched it, I was intrigued during the first episode. By the second one, I was very entertained, and by the third one, I was hooked. The watermelon challenge. What was the watermelon? Oh, yes! And it was so disgusting the way they had to eat. I love the misunderstandings. I just wanted to hear in it. In it? Did you hear in it? So the Indian guys on the first season and the second season are the worst to do the in it. It's a good job, in it? Morning, Candace Carter. Candace Carter. Candace Carter. Is that Candace Carter? I don't know until I see her face, and it doesn't show when they join. It's great. I love it. So I'm all the way on season 6. She had to back out real quick. Okay. I did that before the show started. I made sure I got all my backing out done early. Morning, Prosperous. Like closed feed. Oh, I gotcha. Oh, let's see what's going on in the news, guys. The best actor of all. What is this? So, Daniel Paris is a writer, and he is trying to determine who is the greatest actor of all time. All of them. And why. So, he has based his study on 3 criteria: rankings from online databases, box office success, and Oscar recognition. Those are the 3 criteria. And the greatest film actor is, don't say Adam Sandler, don't say Adam Sandler, don't say Adam Sandler. No, I can tell you what the top 12 that he has are. And I don't agree with all of them. Do we have time? Your face is wrong. In it? Oh, that's right. That's why you didn't win, isn't it? I love the way they use it, especially the first season guy. Is it Hanesh, the guy's name? Or that may be second season guy. And he seems so angry all the time. I'm like, is he really mad, do you think? Because some of them really fool me. There's a guy on right now. He's an Asian guy, and he always wears like the Bruce Lee jumpsuit outfit, and you can see his junk constantly. They make jokes about it all the time. And I'm like, is he for real, or is this part of his comedy shtick? Because they play it so straight, and this is a British thing. It's hard to tell when they're trying to be funny. KIX 102.5, the four states number one for country. Want to know, what do you wish was a rule when you were in a bathroom, in any bathroom? You can text or tell us at 623-1025 or on Facebook. Here's Jelly Roll on KIX 102.5. It's got to be because he was so bad. Yeah, isn't it? You proud you haven't done it this? Shut up, Megan. I have a scar. So they play it so straight, their comedy, that it's hard to tell when they're being serious and when they're being funny. And that's one of the great things about British humor, I think. But that guy in the first season, he always seems so angry. Okay, greatest actors. We were talking about this. You ready? Number 12, he says, Mark Ruffalo. David Banner? What? Mark Ruffalo. What the heck? Number 11, Audrey Hepburn. Okay. Number 10, Christian Bale. Yeah, maybe. Number 9, Dustin Hoffman. Number 8, Denzel Washington. He's good, but number 7, Jack Lemmon. A lot of you don't know who that is. He's an older actor. I don't know if he's still alive. Number 6, Tom Hanks. Okay, that's a good middle place for him. Number 5, Brad Pitt. Number 4, Jack Nicholson. Number 3, Al Pacino. Number 2, Paul Newman. And the number 1 actor of all time throughout history, Leo DiCaprio. Well, okay then. I guess you can't argue with science, but I'm betting Meryl Streep or Clint Eastwood would like to. They're saying Mark Ruffalo is better than Meryl Streep or Clint Eastwood. Yeah, or Clark Gable or, any of these historic actors. You could also title this list, name 12 actors who have never been in a superhero movie except Mark Ruffalo. I mean, Brad Pitt had a 1-second cameo in Deadpool. KIX 102.5, the four states number one for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8 and 19. It's going to be sunny today, highs into the mid-80s, and much warmer over the weekend. And we'll tell you all about that with a look at the weather forecast in just 5 minutes. But we're talking today about what do you wish was a rule for when you were in the bathroom. 623-1025. You can text or tell us, or you can tell us on Facebook or X or anywhere else like that. What do you wish was a rule for when you were in the bathroom?
So I don't know if you've ever been to Buc-ee's.
Yes!
Yes. So why can't all bathrooms have
Right.
a big stall? Every restroom needs a big stall.
It's like a separate bathroom. It's not a stall. Let's be honest. At Buc-ee's, every bathroom is a separate bathroom. It has a lockable door. You can't see over, see under.
Why can't all bathrooms be like that, Randy?
In a perfect world, they would be.
Right.
Well, and clean like that and managed and maintained. It's one of their big deals. But, of course, here's the problem with Buc-ee's. You have to deal with 1,000 people you've got to wade through just to get to the bathrooms. What do you wish was a rule for when you were in the bathroom?
Well, I don't think you should leave them tire marks on the toilet. Because I know for sure everybody turns around and looks at it.
Well,
So you know you left them.
that's because you came in too hard for a landing. Maybe they were trying to leave skid marks. I mean, a lot of guys who peel out, that's what they're trying to do. What do you wish was a rule when you were in the bathroom?
No phones allowed.
No phones allowed. You know how many cell phones are damaged or destroyed by dropping them in the toilet each year?
I don't know about that, but my wife goes and spends hours in the bathroom because she's Facebooking.
If your butt goes numb from sitting on the seat, you've been in there too long.
Exactly.
What do you wish was a rule when you were in the bathroom?
Do not talk on your cell phone.
Oh, I hate that.
Yes.
Especially when you're not aware that they're talking on their cell phone.
Exactly.
And you think they're talking to you, and they go, hey, what's going on? You're like, not much.
Yeah, very awkward.
And this whole thing goes on until they say, Hey, can you hold on a second? The guy in the stall next to me won't shut up. 623
That is correct.
1025 to text or tell us, what do you wish was a rule when you were in the bathroom? Or you can tell us on Facebook. It's the 4 states #1 for country. Get rid of all those. And oh, I doubt Piers Morgan says in it. Who asked that? Oh, what he did. Yeah, no John Wayne in there. Yeah. Gold achieved. You were trying to achieve gold, Dorinda? I knew there was some financial motivation. She means goal achieved. Yeah, I told her, I was like, when I opened it, first off, I seriously thought about calling my FBI buddies because the label. Did I show you guys? I tried to show you the label that was on the package earlier. Let me come around there. Yeah. I don't know. It's probably too blurry for you to see. But it said Mr. Britches. And I'm like, this seems like something out of a movie about a stalker serial killer. So I was freaking out a little bit. And then when I opened it, I'm like, what? Because I have wanted one of those for so long. I've had a search that I did for them. I mean, I did an in-depth search one afternoon where I went on the computer and I looked and I went and did reviews for each place that sold them and could not find anything that looked reputable enough for me to risk. And they're not cheap either. Yeah, you remember I was talking about that day. I was not fishing trying to get someone to buy it for me, though. I was talking about my struggle of finding one. Yeah, and eventually, but here's the thing, Megan. My wife calls me that, to my chagrin. She calls me that, so I thought, why did she do this? She thought they were horrible. She thought they were scary and was not all that into it, seemed like. And I could see her rolling her eyes while I was doing the search for this and everything. So I immediately called her. I said, what did you do? And she goes, you'll have to be more specific. And I said, what did you do? I just got something in the mail. And I real quick sent her a picture and she goes, I did not get you that. Who got you that? And I said, I don't know. I thought you did. And she goes, I did not purchase that. You would have seen in the financial statements if I'd purchased you that. I did not get you that. And I made her promise. I was like, you swear you didn't buy it? She goes, I did not buy it. I don't know who did that. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Who knows my address? Who calls me Mr. Britches besides my wife? And there's one person, and that's Dorinda. So I immediately messaged her, and I said, it's hilarious. I said, hey, did you send this to me? And I sent her the picture there. And she goes, IDK, what you talking about? And I said, I just got this in the mail, and nobody seems to know where it came from. But oddly enough, this is what it said on the label. And she goes, the mystery of the gift. And I'm like, all right, it's Dorinda. Weasels. Well, I wasn't going to, I wanted one because I thought it would, set off the bookshelf, and it does. It looks so good in there. It looks so perfect. I want to put it. So I've got it on the shelves right now, and I've tried it in 2 or 3 different places. I literally spent half an hour yesterday rearranging books, trying to find the best spot for it. So I put it in the middle of the shelves. but I think I'm going to move it down a row because there's a light above that and it shines down on it and just creates all these shadows and everything on it that it really highlights the 3D of it. You know, the fact that it's an actual tech, you can feel it and everything. But I don't want it so low on the shelves that you can see behind it and see that it's not really it's just a wedge. It's only about this thick and it's about that wide, about the width of a book. It is so cool. Yeah, it's about the size of a book, Candace. Oh, did Candace not see it? Hold on. Look, Candy. Isn't that cool? It's just awesome. So that's what I mean. It's like carved in plaster or whatever it's made out of. She goes, ew, It's so I want it to be next to the book It, but It was one of his early novels, so it's down on the bottom row, which is too low. Because again, I don't know though, because they might not be able to see back behind it down there. That might be the best place for it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to. Well, if you put it low, you can see over behind it, and I don't want you to be able to see. So it's like it's this high right now, and you can't see over behind it. So you can't tell that it's not, deep. I want it to look like there might be a clown back in there crawling out. It really looks like that right now. A clown with fangs. So my buddy, Ronaldo, the guy who I play guitar with, he was over yesterday and we were working on his pedal board where he just got a new pedal board and we're restructuring it. And he knows I'm very OCD at those things and pretty good at lining out all the cabling and everything underneath it. So we were doing that and I'd showed it to him and he is not a horror guy at all, has never seen any significant horror movie. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And he's not familiar with Stephen King's books. And I was talking about how good his stuff used to be. I said, really, anymore, any of his stuff is pretty much crap. It's garbage, but he's forgotten how to write. But his early stuff was very innovative and very iconic, and especially the book It. And he's like, what's so iconic about it? And I'm talking about the writing style and everything and how when I was 15 years old and had pneumonia and was in the hospital, I got hooked on that book. She says put it low for Rowan and Wyatt. That will keep them away from the room, wouldn't it? She's talking about Mahangading and Murph is what she meant to say. Or should say Murph and Mahangading. Yes, it is. Don't mouth me, sass. I will pull this radio station over, whip you with a microphone cable. All right, let's get some music beds in here for the next break. Yeah, I think the guy with his list of actors that we were talking about earlier, I think is a big old swing and a miss there. He got some of them right, but really, Leo DiCaprio, number one. And that's the correct way to say his name, by the way. That's right. McRib is back. Morning, Arl. Okay, we got the morning kicks takeover starting. No, I like Leo, but and he might even be number one. Did you watch him in the Flowers Prairie Moon thing? The flowers under the flower moon, the moon flower, the Indian movie that he just did not too long ago. Did you watch that? I watched it. He I really, really, really think he stylizes himself after Jack Nicholson. He reminds me of a young Jack Nicholson, of the way Jack Nicholson was when he was younger. His acting is a lot like his, which I don't necessarily think is that amazing. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 831. Wanted to know, what do you wish was a rule for when you were in the bathroom? 623-1025 to text or tell us. Here's Jordan Davis on KIX. Killers of the Flower Moon. That's it. Sarahuha. Sarahuha. We need to take out that capital O, though, because that really throws me. And it makes it look like Sarah Uha. Yeah, he's talented. I'm not arguing that. And I think he gets a lot of that. Mark Ruffalo does not belong on that list. I mean, there are so many other actors better than him. Christian Bale, probably. Al Pacino, Paul Newman, all of those probably. Denzel Washington. I love Denzel. I love his movies. I don't know that he belongs on that list or belongs where there's others I think belong on it before he does. I mean, Meryl Streep. Come on. What is the name? Phil Mickelson? You know who he is? I think that guy is probably one of the greatest actors. Anthony Hopkins. Where is he on there? I mean, we were talking about how he's just giving everything away these days, but still. You go back and watch some of his earlier work. That guy's intense. Hi there, Morning KIX. What do you wish was a rule for when you were in the bathroom? No peeking. Yeah, get smack on that face. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. It's a good way to blow a valve. Thanks for calling, man. It's all good advice. I thought he was going to say flashlight. Keep your flashlight out of my stall. Get it done in time. Here we go. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 per country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, minus the Jen. She's taking care of a sick kid today, but will hopefully be back with us tomorrow. Got the Morning KIX takeover getting ready to start in just 15 minutes, so you've still got time to go on the KIX app or the KIX website and make your song picks before we start playing them back. And today we're talking about what do you wish was a rule for when you were in the bathroom? Whether it's a public restroom or your own personal restroom, what do you wish people had to do or what rules do you wish people had to follow when they were in the bathroom? 623-1025 to text or tell us yours, or you can tell us on Facebook, what do you wish was a rule when you were in the bathroom?
Oh, no peeking.
No
hands
peeking.
under the stalls. Yeah, keep your flatulence to, a respectable level. Don't just come in and crank it out.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Well, right. You don't need to hear a trombone when you're in the can.
It's a good way to blow a valve.
Oh, very much so.
Possibly. What do you wish was a rule when you were in the bathroom?
It don't matter what the rules are when the wife's in there. The rules change every single day.
Yep, that's absolutely right. That's her prerogative.
I could walk in like I did this morning and sit down, not say a word, and she comes out of the shower and she's startled. I could walk in and say a word and she's startled. It don't matter what I do, it's wrong.
I'm getting the impression she wishes you wouldn't walk in.
I could go out in the yard.
And that is your prerogative.
And I get in trouble for that sometimes.
What do you wish was a rule when you were in the bathroom?
No finger painting.
Oh, Oh, that ought to be the number one rule or number two rule. What do you wish was a rule when you were in the bathroom?
Men should stand closer to the toilet.
Now, wait, I can explain why this is a thing. When we're young, it becomes a target thing, and it's a good way to check your prostate. And then when we're older, we're reliving our youth.
You might have a great aim on the shooting range, but the toilet is obviously not your shooting range.
Practice makes perfect.
No.
What do you wish was a rule when you were in the bathroom? Any bathroom. 623-1025 to text or tell us on Facebook. It's the 4 states number one for country, KIX 102.5. Last one coming up. We have made it through another day. Worried with the package you received. Do you guys get threats? No. Well, actually, we have before in the past, Woody. Hold on. Hi there, Morning Kicks. What do you wish was a rule when you were in the bathroom? And it is not a good time at Judy's. There's no glory to be found, is there? Somebody will bite it off. Right. Thanks for calling. Okay, so we're talking about threats. We have so there is a guy, and it's an ongoing problem locally. I don't know where he lives, or I can't even remember what his name is, but occasionally he will call the front office and just go into a tirade on our receptionist there. He's never called the studios, as far as I know, but he will call and rip a tirade, making accusations that we are subliminally putting his name out over the airwaves and talking about him on the airwaves, and we're not. I mean, the guy is obviously unbalanced, and he's very serious. It's not a prank, and he threatens to come down and shoot up the place. And I take those kind of things very, very serious, and it's been reported to the police multiple times. It's mainly against one of the other stations, but he has named me personally that he's coming down there and gonna kick my butt and everything. And Randy Brooks, he's getting ready to get it if he keeps saying my name on the radio, and we're not. Guy's name's never been mentioned on the air. I can't remember it right off the head, but I know. Yeah, TikTok shop. Thank you, Megan. But it is a concern, because you never know who you're going to offend or who you're going to make angry, or when something you say is going to hit someone the wrong way, especially someone who's unbalanced like that. And there's just bad people and nut jobs out there. I mean, you take, for example, the woman that we talked about before, the KY3 woman. Her name was Lisa. Can't remember her name, but I talked to her. She was an anchor, a news anchor on KY3, the television station in Springfield. And then she wasn't anymore. One day she was gone, I remember. And it was one of the only 3 stations you got when I was a kid was that station. So everybody knew who she was. But one day she wasn't an anchor anymore. And, back of your mind, you wonder whatever happened to her. Well, after the tornado, I was hosting the coverage that we were doing, simulcasting on all the stations in the middle of the night one night, because I was doing the overnight, the 12 hours, I was hosting that, managing that, and being the main on-air personality to disseminate the information and everything. And we were taking calls one night. And it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. And it's just wall-to-wall phone calls all the time. Always had just one phone call to another of people wondering where someone was or where they could get relief or needed this information or that information. Well, this woman came on and said, hey, I just wanted to let you know that you guys are doing such an amazing job. It's amazing what Joplin's doing. We are watching this. I live in San Francisco, and I could tell immediately she had a professional voice, that she was someone who understood broadcasting, understood vocal delivery. And so I was like, well, thank you very much. I said, what's your name? And she told me, and I'm like, wait a minute. And she was shocked that I remembered her because it had been about 15 or 20 years since she'd been on television. And she told me, we went to a commercial break, and I was like, I'm so amazed that you called and I'm getting to talk to you. I was a huge fan of yours when I was growing up, which I'm sure she appreciated, being made to feel old. But she told me that the reason she was no longer in media was that one morning she was getting out of her car and going into KY3, and 3 men abducted her, kidnapped her, and held her for 3 days and raped her repeatedly. And that it took her years to get over it. It destroyed her life, her marriage. She had remarried, and the guy she'd married had helped her come a long ways. She said for probably 5 years, I could not go out in public or have anything to do with anyone after that. She goes, but I'm a lot better now. I have a very full life out here, and she's doing a lot of work remotely from home before that was even a thing. So it is a very real dangerous thing. I coach Jen and the other girls here all the time about coming in early hours, about scanning the parking lot, about watching. We have security cameras everywhere, and there's major security devices in place around this building. There's key codes to get in everywhere, bulletproof glass on all the windows, because it is a very real thing. And anybody who's ever watched the movie Talk Radio, which we did assign to Jen once, knows, yes, Jimmy, they're exactly right. You need to always be watching for strange vehicles, for people who may be walking in the area, looking around corners and hiding places. I do every single time I go out into the parking lot. I'm very paranoid about that. Because when you start taking things for granted, that's when you start exposing yourself and putting yourself at risk. So you got to always be vigilant because you never know. The other day, Candace says she was working at the concession stand at night. Okay, I'm sure there's more to the story. Yeah. So I was just in shock when she told me this, And the very fact that she shared it with me so candidly was nice. And we ended up talking both on air and off the air for about an hour that night. Candace saw a random car in the parking lot and a door ajar, but no people around it. What'd you do? Yeah, it is. It's messed up. They never caught the guys. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, talking about your should-be bathroom rules. 623-1025. Here's Parmalee on KIX. Not tied a flashlight and a weapon. That's exactly right, Candace. You don't take chances like that. Yeah, they never caught the 3 guys that did that. And you're thinking, well, that kind of thing never happens or happens rarely. My high school art teacher, after I graduated and had moved away, she and I were very, very good friends. I came back in off the road one time, went over to see her. The same thing had happened to her the year before, and she was going through the same struggle. Couldn't get out of the house, couldn't go. She's now retired, but she did eventually go back to teaching and work through all of that, but devastating. The monsters. There are monsters. Very real monsters. No, Candace. Yeah, you never take that. I have the hardest time convincing your mom of that. Gina, she's just sometimes, the other day, I wasn't there, and I got a notification that the doorbell camera had gone off. And she went and answered the door. And I'm like, that's why we have those things. Don't answer the door. She didn't know who it was. It was a guy canvassing the neighborhood trying to sell solar. And I'm like, what if it wasn't? What if it's someone just acting that way or someone posing as that? I said, we have that camera so that you can talk to them on the panel, the security panel. And we went through how to do all that again and made sure she knew. Yes. Wow, guys. 17,000 likes today. Holy cow. Well, I mean, let's be honest. If somebody did get a hold of Candace, that'd be kind of like getting a hold of a Tasmanian devil and a hive of bees at the same time. I would feel bad for him. Morning, Tyreek. So Tyreek has been sending me, he's wanted me to do some mastering on some of his recording projects. And he sent me the whole sessions yesterday, wanting me to mix them down. And I didn't understand that. I thought you just wanted mastering, Tyreek, which I have time to do that. I don't have time to do the whole mixing, though, for him. And the sessions were in the wrong sample rate for my setup. Hold on. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:48. It's going to be sunny today, highs into the mid-80s, and warmer over the weekend. Supposed to be back into the mid-90s. For at least one more weekend this summer before fall and winter climbs all over everything. But today we're talking about what do you wish was a rule for when you were in the bathroom. 623-1025. You think this ought to be a rule when I'm in the bathroom or any bathroom, too. The one at your house or a public restroom or whatever the circumstance. What do you wish was a rule in the bathroom?
The women complain about how it's all on the floor in front of it.
Well, I don't. But
so how far the water hits in front of the stool
is relative to the distance involved, in other words.
Right. They can't do what they brag about.
Like a math word problem. I hate those. What do you wish was a rule when you were in the bathroom?
No group photos, for sure.
That's a great one. Unless you went in there for that specific purpose as a group, which that's weird now that I say it out loud, too. What do you wish was a rule when you were in the bathroom?
My biggest pet peeve in the bathroom is change the toilet paper, put new toilet paper roll on the toilet paper thing.
Yes, and make sure that the toilet paper goes over.
It's ridiculous. My wife and my granddaughter live in the house, and it's like they never do that.
I also find it interesting, Harry, that you said your pet pee.
Yeah.
Not peeve. Pet pee. Who keeps pee as a pet? What do you wish was a rule when you were in the bathroom?
I thought this was kind of weird. I was at a restaurant one time, and some lady asked me to watch her child in the changing station.
Nuh-uh.
Yes. She's like, can you watch him for a second while I throw this out? And I was like,
Okay.
Like, you just want me to stand here with your newborn child?
No, my stranger danger would be going off like crazy. I mean, I understand the need for help and everything like that, but there's no way I'd have some stranger helping with my kid.
Yeah, she hasn't even had the clean diaper on him yet.
So he's just hanging out naked. Just put your finger right here and hold him still.
Like, can you watch it for a second, make sure he doesn't roll off? And I'm like, okay.
I guess so. Thank goodness I'm not going to kidnap him today. What do you wish was a rule for when you were in the bathroom? Any bathroom. You can text us yours at 623-1025 or tell us on Facebook. Got the Morning KIX takeover starting in just 4 minutes on the 4 states #1 for country, KIX 102.5. Okay. Busy day. Heba says, is Heba, wait a minute, Randith, is this Ninny? Is Ninny Heba? I don't know how TikTok works. Ninny has just gotten on TikTok, everybody. Heba is Ninny. Why didn't you use the name Ninny? You cat tap in the video. Wait a minute, Woody. How do you cat tap? He asks very carefully, thinking he may regret this later. Meow, 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 meow. That sounds gross, Megan. Kiddo duty? We had kiddo duty all the time when Candy still left on. Oh, wait, no, it's Foyt. It's Foyt. It's Heva. Heva Foyt. In it. It's Heva Foyt in it. It's Foyt. You said cat tap. You cat tap. Grab the kitty. Meow, meow, meow. I'm British, ain't it? It's Tuesday, ain't it? Wait. Ain't it? Randith. Yeah, she's the one. There's two people call me Randith. Heva and Ninny. Both British. Ninny calls me Randith, too. She also calls me Randito, which I don't appreciate. Well, that's weird, Candace. Only her real name, her real pronunciation of her name, and her mother never would let me establish it, is Kandaki. Rhymes with tobacco. Her mean nickname. She can't say on the air. Kansas? It's Kansas, isn't it? Oh, Heva. He ain't Heva. He's my Foyt. Heva. He blocked his real full name. Who did? Fans? Yeah, fans? What? Oh, she's now texting me private messages that I will then. Okay, that will get you grounded, lady. You just sit down over there in the corner and you think about what you've done, and maybe I won't let you fall asleep before I take you out. No, Jen, no, not today. Kind of milked that, I think. Kandaki? Yeah. I wonder if it's COVID, like with Bobby. Me too. Daniel Moss. He says toilet paper goes under, not over. Daniel, are you one of those? He said toilet paper goes under, not over. What is wrong with you? What do we need? Do we need to stage an intervention? Sounds like we do. Sounds like communists have gotten a hold of your mind, Daniel. Yes, talk to his whole family. Yes. So wrong. Well, thank you, Woody. Yeah, I actually get to talk when Jen's not here. And it was a great show today. Great stories. So, all right, we're going to wrap stuff up, guys. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the weirdest street name you've ever heard. This is one of my favorite topics of all time, and we always get some really, really good ones, even the ones that we've heard all heard before. But you can tell us yours, plus more Dan and Shay tickets. We're going to have to do something different. Oh, also, tomorrow is the day that most of the coffee places, Starbucks, Seven Brew, Dunkin', all the others, release their pumpkin spice menu items tomorrow. Now, if you go to like Human Bean, they have pumpkin spice stuff all year long, so it's not it's a big deal for them. I mean, but they have multiple flavors, but you don't have to wait until a certain day like you do at all these other places. But I'm going to make the argument that we shouldn't be doing this in the middle of summer like this. So anyway, we'll be talking about that, plus more Dan and Shay tickets. So have a great rest of your day.